So today we're going to talk about the book of Amos. This is the third book located in the section of the minor prophets. The book of sayings attributed to Amos, the prophet who was active in the first half of the 8th century BCE, specifically during the reign of King Jeroboam II, which is approximately 786 BCE to 745 BCE, with most scholars believing specifically that Amos was active during the decade of 760 to 750 BCE. And so the book of Amos is broken down into three major sections. Chapter 1 and 2 focuses on sort of a grand overview of the geographical region, the national region, and sort of the ethical behavior from the perspective of God, which climaxes in the judgment of Israel. Section 2, which is chapters 3 through 6, is this short section of prophetic sayings in which Israel is indicted for their sin of injustice. Israel in this book is at the height of their territorial zenith. They have acquired much territory. Their national identity has gained prominence never seen before, but the nation has become lax at taking care of the poor and the marginalized, preferring to fill the coffers of the urban elite. And so Amos brings a message of judgment that in their desire to grow and be like other nations, they have done that specifically by focusing on the wealth of the few at the expense of the many. And then section 3, which is chapters 7 through 9, focuses on this vision that Amos has and offers a final speech of hope and comfort for Israel, specifically to the tribe of Judah. And so the themes that you want to keep in mind as you read the book of Amos, there's this theme of justice. God puts Israel on the same level playing field with all the other nations. So as we've read through the historical books of the Old Testament and some of the prophets, we learn that God judges the other nations for their rebellion and their injustice and marginalization of other people. But God does not let Israel off the hook, even though Israel is this chosen race of special people. Their purpose is to invite these other nations into seeing God. And if they are marginalizing their own citizens and neglecting the welfare of their own community, then God is going to judge them in the same manner that God would judge other nations. Amos also speaks of this theme of the day of the Lord. We've heard about this in the book of Joel, but unlike Joel, whereas the day of the Lord is this culmination in which God restores things, making them right for Israel, Amos's day of the Lord is about this judgment that also includes the destruction of Israel. So whereas Joel tries to put a positive spin on it, Amos not so much. And then finally, we can see this theme of God's concern for the marginalized. Israel has become lax. They have neglected the least of these in society, the orphans and the widows and the crippled and the lame, and they have neglected to spread justice and security for those who are unable to care for themselves, and God takes that very seriously.